What is a language? What is a technology? What is a framework? What is the conclusion at the end of the session? Frameworks are built on the top of technologies. Technologies are built on the top of language. Can we learn frameworks directly? No. First, we need to start with language learning. From there, if not seriously, you have to learn few technologies like JDBC, Servlet kind of thing. Then we have to go for what? Framework learning. Most commonly asked queries: can I take advanced Java course and this Spring Boot microservice course parallelly? Yes, you can take. Yes, you can take. It's possible. Immediately, I don't need Servlet knowledge. Immediately, I don't need JSP knowledge. You have some time. Meanwhile, you can do both the courses parallelly. One more query. Sir, you said you are going to start a JRTP batch, Java Real-Time Project batch, in a full stack mode, right? Can I attend that course and this course parallelly? Yes, possible. Why? Because first 1 month to 40 days, there I will not start projects. In that course, we are going to learn 3 mini projects, 1 major project. This time I'm thinking to give major project on banking domain, right? Okay. So first 1 month to 40 days, I don't start the coding, but we learn classes. We learn something. What are that? Lot of tools are there. Linux we need to learn. AWS you need to learn. We'll finish this part in this 30-40 days. By 30 to 40 days, will be something in Spring Boot in microservices. If not in microservice, at least you are something in what? Spring Boot. So that time onwards, you can do both courses parallel. It's possible. It's purely possible. You can do it. Okay. Right. Anyone can tell me what is the definition of the framework, guys? Anyone can tell me what is the definition of the framework? Yesterday I have given multiple definitions. I think now video, audio both are coming, it seems. I have given 2 definitions for the framework, guys, right? No one is ready to tell. Online student, you can type in the chat box. Definition number 1. Framework is a special software that is built on the top of one or more technologies having ability to generate the common logics of the application dynamically and lets the programmer to focus only on application specific logics development. Clear, boss? What's the second definition I have given, boss? Framework is a special software that is built on the top of technologies, providing abstraction on technologies to simplify the application development process. To literally solidly simplify what, guys? Application development process. Okay. Yeah. Today, we are going to feel the difference between technology based application development and framework style application development. Guys, everyone please come back, guys. Online students, small disturbance has come in power supply. Are you there now? Are you back now? Super. Fine. So first of all, what is our first topic? Understanding the difference between technology-based application development and framework style application development. Understanding the difference between technology style and framework style application development. Technology style and framework style application development, boss. Okay. Yeah. What is the answer, guys? What is the answer I should give? Yeah, first of all, in technology-based application development, you are supposed to develop both common logics and application-specific logics. What logics, guys? Common logic. Common logic means what? Such logics will be there in second, third, fourth application of that technology. Application specific logic means what? They are very much specific to that application only. There's no guarantee they will be available or not in the second, third, fourth application. Such logics are called as what? Application specific logic. You look at JDBC, boss. Everyone please observe. Ultimate goal of any JDBC application is what? Sending and executing SQL query in database software, gathering the results and processing the result. Yes or no? Na? Any JDBC application you take up, the ultimate goal is only one thing: sending and executing SQL query to database software, gathering the results of SQL query and processing the result. But can you send the query directly just like that? No. To send the SQL query, we need a statement object. Come on. To create statement object, we need a connection object. To create a connection object, we need to activate JDBC driver software. All are interlinked now. This interlinked statement of loading JDBC driver class, nothing but activating JDBC driver software, creating connection, creating statement, is repeating code or common logic code in every JDBC application. In every JDBC application, what will change? Query will change, query output will change, the way you process the query results will change, right? But remaining all are common now, boss. If you are working with the technology, like you like it or you don't like it, you are forced to develop both common logics and application specific logic. These common logics will repeat in what? Multiple applications of that technology. And application specific logics are what? Specific to each application. Are you getting my point? Super. Okay. In technologies based application development, in technology based. Am I audible, guys? Online students, can you respond? Am I audible? Those are saying audio problem, please rejoin once. The technology based application development. The programmers needs to write both common logics. Okay. And what? application specific logics. Both common logics and what guys? Application specific law. That means the programmer is overburdened here, right guys? The programmer is definitely overburdened or not? Definitely overburdened here. Overburdened. Burdened. What is the spell, guys? Can you help me? B-R, yeah, burdened. D-N-E-D. Okay. Overburdened. In technology based, leave it, Babu. Technology based application development. Technology based application development. Okay. Let it be, guys. That's not a problem. What? Font is coming very less, huh? No, I already kept 130 boss here. Now, then also small. Call that admin once. Why this much small then? I already please call the admin once. Okay, guys. No, not for online students. It's for offline. Okay, now let's see. అది చాలా తక్కువ వస్తుంది ఫాంట్ అది. నేను పెంచాను ఆల్మోస్ట్. Plain JDBC application. Okay, now it's manageable now. Yeah, plain JDBC application. Nothing but what, guys? Technology based application development. Technology based application development. First of all, tell me, guys, load JDBC driver class. JDBC driver class. For why we do this, guys? To activate JDBC driver software, na boss. What do you say? If you want to activate JDBC driver software, which acts as a bridge between Java application and database software, do I need to do every class of that application driver software? No. I need to know only one class name. What is that? JDBC driver class name. By using class.forName, we load that driver class, right? So automatically entire JDBC driver software will be activated or not? Simple, Babu. JDBC driver acts as a bridge between Java application and database software. It is very useful to convert Java calls to database calls. Database calls to Java calls. Here calls means instructions, boss. It's like a mediator between Java application and database software. If you want to activate that driver software, there is no need of knowing 1,000 classes that are there in driver software. You have to know only one class and you have to load it. Once you load it, automatically entire JDBC driver software will be activated. And in Naresh IT, you might have submitted 10 to 15 details during admission. But in entire Naresh IT, you are identified with your admission number now. We don't bother about what other details you have given to us. You are just identified in Naresh IT with your admission number. Wherever you go, you have to submit your admission number. Based on that only they will give the services, right? Similarly, every JDBC driver software is identified with its what, guys? Driver class name. And if you want to activate driver software, you have to load the driver class. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. What's the second one, guys? Establish the connection. establish the connection with the database software. Once the bridge is ready, we have to keep the road between what? Java application and database software. Connection is like a road. Super. Okay, once we Samir, notes, if you want PDF, you have to convert. I will be giving the notes in the Paintbrush content only. But in the middle of the course, you will be getting PDF documents also. They are the additional notes. But running notes we will always get in the form of Paintbrush. In the online, so many tools are there. You can just convert Paintbrush content into PDF just like that. Clear, guys? Come on. Yeah. Noted. Once the road is ready between Java application and database software, we need a vehicle to carry inputs from Java application to database software. Come on, I want reply. We need a vehicle. అది resolution పెరగదా? మరి అంత చిన్నగా పెడితే ఎట్లా? అట్లా కాదు, బేసిక్స్ ప్రొజెక్టర్ స్ట్రెంత్ అంతే. ఫాంట్ కదండి, బేసిక్ స్క్రీన్ సైజే అంతే. అది ప్రొజెక్టర్ ప్రాబ్లమా? లెంత్ బ్యాక్ పెట్టొచ్చు కదా. అది కరెక్ట్. స్క్రీన్ మార్చటం అంటే ఇప్పుడు దానివల్ల యూజ్ లేదు కదా. మీరు అక్కడ పోయి చూడండి, ఏమైనా కనిపిస్తుందా స్టూడెంట్స్ కి? మీరు ప్రొజెక్టర్ పెట్టి కూడా వేస్ట్ కదా. ఫైన్. Is it okay, boss? Okay, today adjust, tomorrow onwards we'll go to that room, guys. Today you please adjust, tomorrow onwards we'll go to our room, back to that room. Okay, let's come back. Yeah, once connection is established, that's good. Okay, we need a vehicle to carry inputs from Java application to database software. Okay, once some results are generated by database software, we need to use same vehicle to bring those results back to what? Java application from database software. So what is that vehicle? And that vehicle is technically called statement object. You might have heard about JDBC statement object, simple statement object, prepared statement object, callable statement object. That acts as a vehicle between Java application and database software. Sir, what inputs it will carry? Ultimately, what is the purpose of JDBC application? Connect to database and manipulate database data. What do you mean by manipulating database data? Performing insert, update, delete, select operations on the database. How we can do that? By executing SQL queries. When JDBC application wants to do that work in the database software, JDBC application needs to send these SQL queries from Java application to database software or not, guys? So here, statement object carries which inputs? SQL queries as the inputs. And same statement object execute SQL queries in database software na? Okay, once query execution results are generated, using same statement object, we bring those results back to Java application or not, guys? So ultimately, once the road is ready to travel on that road, carrying inputs and carrying outputs, we need a vehicle, and that vehicle is nothing but JDBC statement object. Okay, what is the next one, guys? Create a JDBC statement. Acts as vehicle to carry input to carry outputs. Okay. Acts as what, guys? Road between Java application and database software. Okay. What is this? Acts as bridge between, what is that, guys? Java application and database software. Tell me, guys, to carry inputs. Inputs means what, guys? SQL queries. To carry outputs, what do you mean by outputs, guys? SQL query results, boss. What, guys? SQL query results. Suddenly disappear here. Power problem has come, boss. Guys, please wait. Again, power disturbance. Needs statement according to the requirement. Super. Oh, okay. Uh, uh, tell me next. I'm completely audible now. Yeah. Yeah. Now tell me, my dears. Once we are ready with the statement object, we need to send and execute SQL query in the database software. Okay. Tell me, this query will change application to application. Can I say sending query and executing query in database software is a common logic or application specific logic, guys? Definitely applications. Okay. Send and execute the send and execute the send and execute the SQL query in database software. Super. Okay. Next one. Once SQL query executed, some results will be generated. Super. Okay, we need to gather the results and we need to process the results or not. Super. Tell me, guys, what is there? Gather results and process results. Gather SQL query results gather SQL query result from the database software, right? And process the results. Okay, boss. Once everything is over, we got the results, we process the result. Okay, we need to close the connection with the database software now, boss. It's a good part. Though database is having 10,000 connection, once work is over with our connection, better to close it. Otherwise, what happens? If everyone thinks like that, I am the only one person not closing the connection, one or other day database may reach to maximum connection, though most of the connections are idle. Though most of the connections are what? Idle. Don't bring that situation, guys. Don't bring that situation. Oracle kind of database software allows at a time 10,000 connection. But every application connecting to that application, database software Oracle, thinks that I am the only connection not closed. What happens? One or other day it may reach to 10,000 connection and it may say that there are no free connection to connect to clients. There are no free connection to connect from what? Client. So to avoid such situation, at the end of utilizing your connection, better to close it. So what is the last one? Close the connection with the database software. Nothing what? Closing the road, right? Okay. And generally, there will be some exception handling. Na? JDBC exceptions are unchecked exception. There will be some exception handling. Okay. Now you look at this stuff, guys. This is total plain JDBC application. Can I say first three statements are common logics, guys? You develop 100 JDBC application. Loading driver class, establishing connection, creating statement. Maybe simple, maybe prepared, but these will be there or not there. So can I call these logics as common logics, boss? Can I call these logics as common logics, my dear? Come on. Okay. Similarly, closing connection and exception handling. Can I call these logics as common logics, boss? These are also will be there, right? Exception handling and what? Closing connection. Common logics. Okay, guys. But listen, if I develop 10 application, do you think all 10 application will deal with the same select query? Same insert query? Table may change, query may change, query columns may change, query condition may change. Come on, my dear. So when query is changed, query output also changes. So the way we process results also changes. For select query, we process differently. For non-select query, we process differently, right, guys? So can I call these two logics as application specific logics, boss? Can I call these two logics as what? Application specific logics? Are you understanding my statement, boss? Come on. Okay. But the problem is, application specific logics are 2 or 3 lines of code, but common logics code is more and more are not there. And a developer who is developing multiple JDBC application, though he likes it or not, he is forced to write more and more common logics for multiple times. This problem is called boilerplate code problem. What is that? Boilerplate code problem. Boilerplate code. The code that repeats in multiple parts of the application or project, either with no changes or with minor changes, is called boilerplate code. Nothing but common logics. Nothing but, simply nothing but what? Common logics. So this is the biggest challenge or not? Sir, what is there? Avoid common logics. Can you avoid common logics in this application? Can you avoid closing connection? Can you avoid creating statement? 2 minutes back I said, ultimate aim is sending and executing query. For that one, statement required. To create statement, connection required. To create connection, we need JDBC driver software. But to activate JDBC driver software, we have to load the driver class. All are interlinked and interconnected or not, boss? Is there any chance of avoiding all this stuff, guys? No. Okay. Yeah. The technology-based application development. The technology-based application development. Okay. Is having. Okay. Boilerplate code problem. Okay. That means the repetition of common logics in multiple applications or in multiple parts of the project or application. Project or application. Yeah. The code that repeats. The code that repeats. Tell me, guys. In multiple parts of the project or application, either with no changes or with minor changes, is called, what is this? Boilerplate code problem. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Perfect. So overall, you have to be overburdened as a programmer. Okay, now I'm giving Spring JDBC application. Spring JDBC application. Okay. Spring JDBC is part of Spring Framework. Spring JDBC is part of Spring Framework. So that means we are going to see what, guys? Framework style application development. Simply we are going to enjoy framework style application development. Okay. Create or get. If possible, create. You don't want to create, framework is there, it will say I will create. What? Create or get JDBC template class object. This is one predefined class, guys. JDBC template is predefined class, which says anything common, I take care. You just worry about application specific logic. So that means top 3 lines, bottom 2 lines are plain JDBC application. Now taken care by whom, guys? JDBC template. So since it is taking care, moreover, creating object manually or getting object also there. You don't want to create this object, framework says, I will create and keep it ready for you. You ask me, I will give it. So you don't take the pain of creating it also. Then what happened, guys? Total common logics development is gone out of hands of programmer. Programmer now needs to concentrate only on what? Application specific logic. That means indirectly boilerplate code problem gone now. Why people are crazy about framework? Because there is no boilerplate code problem. Aisa no na, boss. No, there are many reasons why frameworks are popular, but one reason I can now tell confidently is what? There is no boilerplate code problem. Thoroughly you enjoyed or not, guys? At least now you have a reason. I have not written single line of Java code, but I'm able to explain what is the difference between technology based application development and framework style application development. I did not write single line of Java code, but by seeing how the things are happening, we are able to understand how JDBC template will do this work, sir. And JDBC template again uses plain JDBC internally. Whatever you are writing in plain JDBC application, same thing will be written by whom? JDBC template. But you are not writing. JDBC template is internally writing. That too, that code is not fixed code. That code will be generated dynamically by whom? JDBC template. Is it not interesting, Rabab? Definitely interesting, no doubt in that. Okay, fine. Create or get JDBC template class object. Okay. From the Spring framework. Okay. Note. JDBC template class object. Array, remember, now onwards, wherever word template is there in the class name, any predefined class name, you think that any common logic, it will take care to give freedom to programmer. To give freedom to programmer. Okay. JDBC template class object internally uses plain JDBC technology. What, guys? To generate the common logics dynamically. To generate the common logics dynamically. Perfect, guys. Yeah. After that, what next, guys? Come on, I want reply. Okay. Then as usually, send and execute. Now in JDBC template only statement is there. Using JDBC template is nothing but statement only. Using JDBC template, I will send. Send and execute SQL query in the database software. Next, what is there? Gather results and process the results. Gather results and process the results. Okay, enough, guys. So now I'm taking care of only application specific logics na. As a programmer, I'm just writing application specific logic na, boss. Application specific. Application specific logics development. Have a note. What is a note, guys? While working with framework based application, framework style applications, there is no boilerplate code problem. That means programmer is not overburdened to develop the common logics. You just need to develop only application specific logic. That means project will complete very fastly without any compromise in the quality. Come on. That's the problem nowadays, na? Companies are getting projects, but they are not getting ample amount of time to complete it. Lot of work pressure, right? Deadline pressure. But frameworks are the solution for that problem or not, guys? Frameworks are the better solution for that problem or not? I hope you convinced, my dear. Come on, guys. Yeah, tell me. There is no boilerplate code problem while working with frameworks, because frameworks take care of common logics generation dynamically and makes the programmer to worry about only application specific logics develop. Application specific logics develop. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Super. Right. Advantages with frameworks, guys. Advantages with frameworks. Yeah. Can you tell me what are the advantages of frameworks, guys? Can you identify and tell me? Number one, there is no boilerplate code problem. Everyone understood, guys? Number one, there is no boilerplate code problem. Number two, productivity is good. In less time, we can do more work with good quality. Good quality, I can say accuracy also. Good quality or what? Accuracy also. Next. The libraries and APIs that are given in frameworks are modeled after real-time use cases, real-time scenarios. So, big requirement can be developed just like that. Why? Because libraries are already there addressing those problems. I'll tell one example, then you will understand clear-cut idea, boss. Everyone knows e-commerce website? Flipkart.com, Amazon.com. Super. Let us assume one first timer entered into e-commerce website, Flipkart.com, or some other website, new website. He's a hurry-burry customer, quite tension fellow. Started using someone's credit card for purchase. Searched so many items, added some item to carts, proceed for billing. In the billing discount calculation, everything is done. 1-2 coupons are submitted, got the discount. Felt happy, oh, I got cheap items, right? Then proceed for payment. What, guys? Proceed for what? Payment. Payment, he has chosen credit card. But don't forget, he's a hurry-burry customer, first timer, right? Okay, one form has come. In the form, so many details are asked. He filled up and pressed the submit button. Circle will come. He also rotated his head, circle, and result page has come. What is that? Your transaction successful, so and so amount is deducted. But this fellow is a first timer, with tension is there. Overcautious, but he's having one bad habit. Whenever he's idle, he presses the refresh button. Whenever he's idle, some different people are different bad habits, especially while operating computer, right? Suppose if I am idle, I will minimize window, maximize window, minimize window, maximize. Unconsciously, it will happen. Someone open the paint and draws the diagrams. Some people, okay, they press the refresh button continuously, knowingly or unknowingly. Refresh means what? Repeat of the request. What is the last request? Deducting the payment, collecting the payment. How much he asked to collect? 3,000 rupees. How many times he pressed refresh button? 3 times. One time officially 3,000 and another 3 times 3,000. Total how much amount is collected? 12,000, Babu, not the 9,000. 9,000 extra and 3,000 official, right? Total how much, guys? 12,000. After 3 days, items came. Happy, super. After 45 days, credit card statement has come. There, this fellow said, I have used only for 3,000, but that is showing what? 12,000. That too what? 4 3,000s, right? This problem is called double posting problem. What is that? Or duplicate form submission problem. It's the most challenging problem in any real time. When you go to companies, guys, when you show gap as experience, tell me one challenging problem you faced in your life. You can use this problem because I am going to give the solution in the coming days. This is the challenging problem I faced. Like this, many problems I discuss, guys, that's a different story. Okay, now listen carefully. This is called double posting problem or duplicate form submission problem. If you want to solve this problem by using Servlet JSP technologies, I'm stressing the word technologies. You need to spend 2 days time and you should have a great knowledge of Servlet JSP, session token, session management, lot of hangama. Okay, then you can complete that logic development by taking 2 days time and by writing 300 to 400 lines of code. For that, you should ask 2 days time from the project leader. But generally we ask 4 days, 2 days we complete, 2 days we try to enjoy. Why? Sometime if we stuck up in the middle, so another 2 days we can use it as a buffer time. This is general thing, right guys? Okay. You don't believe, boss. Spring MVC people, that means Spring people, Spring Boot people, already noticed. This is a quite common problem. Everyone faces it. Everyone has to address it. He has given one ready-made method, boss. You override that method and return some value, automatically entire double posting problem is handled. So life is simplified or not? Definitely life is simplified or not, guys. So the APIs and libraries in frameworks are modeled after real-time scenarios and use cases. Use cases means what? So technologies and languages are not created as per use cases of the project development. They have to give some predefined method given. By using those predefined methods, we should start building our logics. But in framework, most of the ready-made methods are addressing one or other word. Real-time use cases, real-time challenging problem, real-time scenarios. So that just take them and use them. That's what I said. It is, frameworks are fully finished products. 80% almost there. Only final 20% you have to write. So that's another advantage we got. Next advantage. Nowadays, working with the frameworks is industry's de facto standard. Not officially announced anywhere, you should work with frameworks only. But unofficially, everyone following frameworks only. Everyone is developing projects using what? Frameworks only. What do you mean by de facto? De facto means what? When no one suggests anything, by default, it should be used. Not officially said anywhere, but it will be there. For example, one prime minister tenure is completed until next prime minister comes into power, takes the oath. So the previous prime minister should continue in the power as a de facto PM. Yes or no? Na? He is not officially PM, but he has to behave like a PM or not. Not officially written anywhere, but everyone knows until new person comes, the old one should continue. The old one should continue. Okay, guys, this is a de facto standard. And last of this, abstraction on technologies is given. Lot of abstraction on technologies is there or not there. So these many reasons are there. What's the first one, guys? Okay, avoids boilerplate code problem. Boilerplate code problem. Next one, provides abstraction on one or more technologies. One or more technologies. Use great productivity. Use great productivity. What do you mean by great productivity, guys? Okay. More work in less time with good accuracy. Next one, guys, what is there? Gives great productivity, more work in less time with what? Good accuracy. Yeah. The APIs, libraries of the framework are, tell me, guys, modeled after. Modeled means it looking like a great word. Designed, guys. Designed after real time. What, guys? Real time use cases and scenarios. Real time use cases and scenarios. So they can be used directly in the project development. Addressing the requirements. Addressing the requirements. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. Tell me what is the next one, guys? Yeah. Working with the frameworks, right, guys? Generating common logics, already a boilerplate is that one only. Working with the frameworks. Okay, for the project's development has become, what is there? Industry's de facto standard. What standard, guys? Industry's de facto standard. I hope you understood, guys. And etc. Fine. So shall we get into different types of frameworks, boss, now? Different types of, sorry, I'm not worried about other frameworks, guys. Java frameworks. Now I'm interested to learn various types of Java frameworks, guys. Right. Number one, ORM frameworks, guys. What is there? ORM frameworks. Number two, MVC frameworks. What frameworks, guys? MVC frameworks. All these are various categories, guys. Next one, MVC frameworks. Then we can say web service frameworks. Web services frameworks. Web services frameworks. Next one, JWE frameworks. JWE frameworks. These are the main 4 frameworks that are there in Java. Okay, these are the main 4 frameworks, guys. Shall we start concentrating on one by one? Okay. Learning these frameworks is nothing but covering maximum frameworks related to Java-based project development. Java-based project development, ORM frameworks. Everyone concentrate, guys. I'm wondering what is the difference between JWE and Spring. Okay, JWE is a collection of technologies, guys. Spring is a framework. JDB, see, servlet, JSP, JTA, EJB, all are individual technologies, na? The place where all these collection of technologies is called JWE. In JSC module also some technologies are there, but in JWE module maximum technologies are there. So collection of technologies are called JWE module. And Spring and Spring Boot are the framework. So both are different. In fact, On the top of Java JWE technologies, JSC JWE technologies only, Spring Framework is created. That's the reason Spring Framework is called JWE framework. Okay, it's too early. JWE, J2W, J2E, all are one and the same. Version to version, they just removed the names. Version to version, they removed the names. Okay. J2WE is equal to JWE. J2WE is equal to JWE. J2SC is equal to JSC. Okay. Tell me. JSC, Java Standard Edition. Why it is named as Standard Edition? Are nothing but your JDK software. Why it is called Standard Edition? We just study and ignore. Or if you want to work with the Java, this is the minimum parcel they will give. This is the minimum software you have to install. I will tell. Standard meaning, boss. I think everyone knows Maruti Suzuki company. They have a Swift car, right? So there in the Swift car, there are variants. LXI, VXI, ZXI. LXI, luxury international. VXI, very luxury international. ZXI, very, very, very luxury international. That is the ultimate one. Okay, now listen carefully. If you want to purchase Swift car, what is the minimum car you have to purchase? LXI. So they call LXI variant as the standard model. The minimum Swift they deliver to you is the LXI features one. Suppose if they don't make LXI as standard model, what customer will ask? Just give me engine and cabinet. Just give me engine and cabinet. Remaining everything I will fit outside. Is it going to work out, guys? You do whatever you want after taking delivery. But minimum I deliver LXI variant. So that's why that's a standard. That is a standard variant, right? Similarly, if you want to work with the Java, okay, I will give minimum parcel software to install. That is a JDK. That is nothing but JSC. That's the reason we call JSC model as what? Standard edition. Clear, boss? Super. Next one. JWE, Java Enterprise, but that's an old name. New name is what? Jakarta Enterprise Edition. Jakarta Enterprise Edition. Jakarta Enterprise Edition. I hope you got it, guys. Super. Right. Latest is this only. Latest is this. Okay. Now listen. JWE is not a framework. JSC nothing but JDK software. Okay. Is installable software. Installable software. Nothing but core Java, boss. JWE is, what is this? Collection of technologies. Technologies like servlet, JSP, EasyAB, JTA, and etc. Okay. It is not a framework. It is not a framework. Since question is raised, I am just clarifying all the things. Yeah. Shall we get into ORM frameworks, guys? Yeah. First of all, try to understand ORM. What is ORM? Object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. What's the meaning of, guys? One object linked with one record of the table. One object linked with one record of the table. Whatever operation you want to do on the record, don't do on the record using SQL queries. That means totally forget about JDBC style programming. Objects are mapped or linked with records now. If you want to do anything on the record, you can do on the objects. Say something, my dear. You want to do anything on the objects, you do anything on the objects that will reflect to the records or not, guys. So that means without writing SQL queries, by playing with objects, I can manipulate database data. 10 records are there. I have taken 10 objects of Java class, each object representing one record. Come on. I want to read record value. I want to read and display record data. Read 10 objects data, display it. Select operation without select query. Super. Okay, next one. I want to update the record. Any object is representing record. You modify object data, automatically reflects to the record. So I'm doing update operation without update query. Come on, guys. Okay, next one. I want to delete the record. You mark the object for deletion, automatically record will be deleted or not, guys? Okay, do I need to write delete query? No. Last one. I want to insert the record. You create a new object for class, fill up with the data, come on, and give that object and its data to ORM framework like Hibernate. ORM framework like Hibernate. What Hibernate will do? It internally uses JDBC and etc. Happily insert the record and keeps that record and this object in sync. So now onwards, anything you do on object reflects into the record. Anything happened on the record reflects to the object. So that what happened, guys? Insert, update, delete, select operation on the record can be done through object. That means no need of SQL queries. That means my persistence logic has become what? Database software independent persistence logic. Sorry, is there any problem with the JDBC? Yes. In JDBC, we have to write SQL queries. SQL queries are database software independent or dependent? I want reply from you people. SQL queries are database software independent or dependent? Dependent SQL queries. 70% independent, boss. 30% dependent. Are 1% dependent also, overall dependent only, right? So when I change my JDBC code from one database to another database, I have to modify SQL queries. Come on, my dear. But in var mapping, I'm manipulating all operation through objects, which are linked with records. So am I writing any SQL queries in the code? But I'm still doing insert, update, delete operation through objects. Say something, my dear. Without SQL queries, purely through objects, I'm manipulating database data. That means I'm doing insert, update, delete, select operations on what? Database data. Don't you think var mapping persistence logic, where everything is done through objects, is a database software independent persistence logic? And this persistence logic is portable across the multiple database software. I move my code from Oracle to MySQL, MySQL to PostgreSQL. Do I need to modify my objects logic? So that's the reason people are crazy about what? OR mapping persistence logic. What logic, guys? Object relational mapping. Oracle is called RDBMS database software. MySQL is called RDBMS database software. A relational mapping means object is mapped with a record of what? Relational database. What, guys? Relational database. Okay, guys. ORM means the objects of Java class are mapped with DB table records. 1 minute. Mapped with records of the DB table on one object to one row basis. One object to one object to one row basis. Here is my one object. Here is my one record. One row. Okay. One object is what? Maybe it is student object, guys. Okay. This is what? Student object. This is my student object. Tell me. 101 Raja, Hyderabad. Average is 90. Okay. Tell me, guys. Record in. Record in. What is there? Student DB table. What, guys? Record in student DB table. Okay. In between these two people, who will be there? One or other ORM software will be there. Otherwise, who will make sync? Who will get the sync between object and table row? Whenever I do modification, object reflects to row. Whenever record is modified, reflects to object. There should be someone to take care of this sync na boss. And that sync is nothing but what? Who will take care of that sync? ORM frame. ORM software. Yeah, tell me here, what is this? $90.0, guys. What about columns of the table, guys? Array. What about columns of table? Each property name will be matched with column names, right? Come on. Without columns only record will be there, Mr. Riz. Use common sense. Without columns only there will be record. I'm not highlighting column name. That's it. What happened, boss? Why are you thinking like this? Without columns only there will be record. Okay. Since you asked specifically, let me give in a traditional way. Now maybe you may be happy with that. SNO, S name, SADD, average. Happy, my dear? But I am not happy. Your expected column names. Without column, there will be any record in the table. I have written record means definitely columns are there na. Fine. I understood. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, boss. One record, one object. Both are in synchronization. It's a two-way communication, guys, not just one way. In between, who is there, guys? ORM. In between, who is there, guys? ORM. This ORM will take care of synchronization between what? Objects and table row or not. For example, in DB table record, the value is changed to 91.1. What is there? The value is changed to what, guys? 91.1. Okay, here is what, guys? Again 91.1 or not, guys? Suppose I changed Raja to King. I changed Raja to King, guys. Okay. Here also you will get the King or not. Here also you will get the King or not, guys. That means modification done in what? Table row is reflecting to record. Modification done in record is changing to what? Object. This is called synchronization or not, guys? What do you say, my dear? What's the advantage of these objects? Objects mapped or linked with the table rows. I can able to develop objects based database software independent persistence logic. Okay, now look at the card operation. I want to insert a new record. I'll take one more object for student class, fill up with the new data, give that object to ORM framework. Okay, it internally uses JDBC code plus insert query and inserts the record in DB table. Come on, guys. Now onwards, that new record and new object will be in synchronization. Suppose I want to read the record. I read the object data. Indirectly, I got the record now. Suppose I want to update the record. I update the object data. Indirectly, record is updated. Suppose I want to delete the record. I ask JVM to mark this object for deletion. Whenever it is free, it will be deleted. But I'll just ask the JVM to mark this object for deletion. Okay, indirectly, the record represented by the object will be deleted or not, guys. Tell me, am I writing SQL queries to perform card operations? Everything I am doing through objects? Can I say this is objects-based database software independent persistence logic? Say something, my dear. Can I say this is what? Object-based database software independent persistence logic. Okay, in the market, we have multiple ORM softwares, guys. Okay, and Hibernate is the market leader. Online students, you are not active today. I don't know why. Okay, now listen carefully. The process of mapping Java class with database table, Java class properties with DB table columns. Come on, guys. And making objects of Java class representing DB table records, having synchronization between them. What is that? Having synchronization between them is called OR mapping. What do you mean by OR mapping? Any modification done in objects will reflect to table row. Any modification done in table row will reflect to objects. Is it not called OR mapping, my dear? Is it not called OR mapping, na boss? What's the advantage of OR mapping? Once objects are representing DB table rows, all card operation, insert, update, delete, select operation on the DB table record can be done directly by using objects without writing SQL query. This makes my persistence logic as what? Objects-based persistence logic. And objects-based persistence logic without SQL queries is always database independent persistence logic. And portable across the multiple database software. Why are you highlighting this? Because my JDBC queries, JDBC persistence logic expect what, guys? SQL queries, and SQL queries are database software dependent queries. So overall JDBC code is what, guys? Database software dependent persistence logic. Is that clear, guys? The process of mapping, or mapping means linking, guys. Don't clue you. The process of, no, array one to one to many within the tables will be there. But now I am linking classes and tables. So you cannot say it's one to one as or one to many as or one to many within the tables, right? Okay. The process of linking. Java classes with DB tables and the properties of Java classes with what is there? DB table columns. Columns of DB tables with the columns of the DB tables and making the objects of the Java classes representing the records of the DB tables having synchronization among them, is called what, guys? Is called ORM. OR mapping is called OR mapping. Okay, guys. Synchronization between objects and DB table rows is nothing but any modification done on the objects of Java class will reflect to DB table rows and vice versa. DB table rows will reflect to DB table rows and what? Vice versa. Vice versa means what, guys? Any modification done in DB table rows will also reflect to what, guys? Objects. Okay, guys. Tell me next one. In OR mapping, all persistence operations. What, guys? Persistence operations. What is that? Insert, update, delete and select operations. Okay, all persistence operations on the DB table records will be done using what, guys? Will be done using objects, and that too without using any SQL queries. So we can say, tell me, guys, OR mapping persistence logic is what, guys? Database software independent or database software portable persistence logic. Database software independent or database software portable persistence logic. I hope you convinced with me, guys. Super. Okay. Last point. What is there? In JDBC persistence logic development, we use database software dependent SQL queries so that JDBC code is always database software independent persistence logic. Sir, why are you bothered that much about it? In the initial days of project, client organization who is developing project by giving money to software company, he is having great revenue. He said, use all best software for my project development. In that process, I used Oracle database software, which is a commercial one, right? After 5-6 years, same client came to me. Every year I have to renewal this Oracle. They are charging huge amount. And right now business is not good. Can you change the database software to free database software or softwares to free softwares. If my persistence logic is there in OR mapping, I can change just like that, right? Because already persistence logic is there in what? OR mapping, everything through objects. If you change database software, is there any difference in the code? No. Suppose persistence logic is there in JDBC, boss. Everyone listen carefully. Suppose persistence logic is there in what? JDBC, which contains SQL queries. So I need to change all Oracle specific SQL queries to MySQL specific SQL queries. At least 30 to 40% queries I should change or not. That is going to be headache or not, guys. So that's the reason people are not crazy. People are not crazy about JDBC. Okay, people are crazy about what? Hibernate. Because Hibernate is a ORM framework, boss. Hibernate is a ORM framework. Convinced, boss? But can I say JDBC is outdated? Don't do that mistake. Why? See, we are giving everything through objects now. Someone should be there internally to talk to database, to connect to database, and the database understands only SQL queries. Do you think database understand objects? That means though we are working with objects, though we are playing with objects, but database is not going to understand this object instruction. That is for programmer satisfaction. All these objects instructions goes to whom? Hibernate, ORM framework. What this Hibernate internally do? That will generate JDBC code plus SQL queries. And those SQL queries goes to what? Database software. So that means Hibernate kind of ORM framework also internally using what, guys? JDBC. So can I say JDBC is outdated? Come on, my dear. Daily you are eating pizza, burger, boss. And you have given one bold statement. In my home, rice and wheat granules are outdated. People will look at you top to bottom, na? Why? Worst fellow, you don't know burger bun and pizza base also made with what? Rice granules and wheat granules. That to unhealthy mix. Aisa no na? Then how can you say the statement rice and wheat is outdated in my life? That is your less knowledge, or that is your immaturity, right, boss? I hope you understood, guys. They look like they are outdated because no one is directly using. But whatever you are using, that is indirectly using what? JDBC. So can I say JDBC outdated? If someone says, is JDBC outdated? JDBC is not outdated because whatever frameworks are there like Hibernate, they also internally using what? JDBC. But you can say one thing, direct utilization is reduced, indirect utilization is increased through ORM frameworks like Hibernate. Through ORM frameworks like Hibernate. I hope you convinced, boss. In JDBC persistence logic, nothing but code. We place SQL queries, which are database software dependent. That means these SQL queries make JDBC persistence logic as the JDBC persistence logic as the database software dependent persistence logic. Okay. Big drawback of JDBC na, boss? This is definitely big drawback of JDBC or not, guys? Okay, now I want to give list of ORM frameworks that are there in the market. List of ORM framework. I am giving only Java ones. Sorry. I am not bothered about other technologies and other languages one. Java ones. EasyAB entity beans, guys. In EasyAB, we have entity beans concept. It is from Sun Microsystem. But the Sun Microsystem is acquired by whom, guys? Oracle Corporation. Done, guys. After that, we got Hibernate, guys. Hibernate is from which company? SoftTree. From the company called SoftTree. This SoftTree is recently acquired by which company? Red Hat. Sun Microsystem is acquired by whom? Oracle Corporation. One company purchases other company, you know that, right? Okay. iBet is from whom, guys? Apache. Okay. Next one. Mr. Whiteshirt. Mr. Whiteshirt, listen class, Rabav. If you are close, show in the park, not in the classroom. Worst fellow. Okay. iBet is from what, guys? Apache. Next one. Top link, guys. Top link is given by Oracle Corporation. From Oracle Corporation. Next one. Eclipse Link. Link is the framework name. It is from Eclipse. So far, you know Eclipse has a IDE. But Eclipse is one vendor company. Eclipse is having one. They got their own IDE. They got their own ORM software. They got their own web server alternate to Tomcat. That is Jetty. Jetty is given by Eclipse people only, boss. Who has given Eclipse? Jetty. Jetty is given by Eclipse people only. Are you understanding? Okay. Eclipse Link. Eclipse Link is from which company? Eclipse. Eclipse. Okay, guys. OJB. Not the brother or sister of EJB, another one. Okay. Yeah, from Apache. Yes. Okay. EJB means Enterprise Java Beans. OJB means okay, Object Java Bean. So these many are there. Who is market leader, sir? Undoubtedly, Hibernate is the market. 95% of ORM software market is with Hibernate. 95%, not 1-2%, 95%. Okay, next. Number 2 in the market is Eclipse Link. Number 2. Number 3 in the market is what? iBet is. Somewhat popular. Remaining all are there for knowledge sake, guys. Don't worry. 95%, 90% market is with what? That means in your life, you always study Hibernate only. You never get a chance to study what? Remaining things. Maybe 1-2 projects are using Eclipse Link, guys. But that's very rare. Maximum cases will be working with what? Hibernate. I think you got the idea about, sir, but in here, Spring name is not there, sir. I'm not finding any Spring related names here. Now listen. Spring Boot are sometime Bob Ka Bob. They are the framework providing abstraction on other framework. In Spring, we have a modules like Spring ORM, Spring Data JPA. These modules provide abstraction on Hibernate framework. Abstraction on abstraction. That means Hibernate is providing abstraction on JDBC. And Spring Data JPA, Spring ORM are providing abstraction on what? Hibernate. That means abstraction on abstraction. Is it not interesting, Rababu? That part I will discuss later. Right now, you just worried about Hibernate is what? ORM framework. In Spring, we don't have any ORM framework, guys. We have a modules And that module provide abstraction on Hibernate. To simplify Hibernate programming, they have given some program. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, boss. Okay, listen. Dipti madam, JPA is a specification and all these ORM frameworks are given based on JPA specification. All JDBC driver softwares are coming based on JDBC specification. Similarly, all ORM frameworks in the market are given based on what? JPA specification, which contains rules and guidelines to create ORM softwares. Otherwise, what happens, guys? If that rules document is not there, different companies will prepare different styles, right? For example, Spring Boot microservice in this institute taught by 10 faculties. There is no common course syllabus. I teach in my style, X teaches in his style, someone else teaches in his style. Then students will get confusion, which is correct, which is wrong. That's why what management of institute has done, or what senior faculty like me has done, prepared one syllabus and kept in the institute and said to everyone, you teach in your own style, you give your own example, you take your own use cases and scenarios, but these topics should be covered. Similarly, JPA is a specification having rules and guidelines document. You may implement in your own way, but these facilities should be there in your ORM framework. These facilities must and should be there. These features must and should be there in your ORM framework. All JDBC driver softwares are given based on JDBC technology specification. All ORM softwares are given based on what? What is that, guys? JPA specification. Someone is saying that I don't know Hibernate what to do. You need not to know Hibernate. I will take care of it. Today I just introduced it, boss. At right time, I will take care of. First we will learn Hibernate. We'll understand basics of Hibernate. Then only we use it. See, as I said in the day one, my prerequisites are core Java, little bit of advanced Java, that to JDBC only. That to today's amount of JDBC is enough. Whatever JDBC I talk today, that is enough. Okay. And a little bit of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, little bit of SQL queries, and a lot of common sense. That is most important prerequisite to attend my classes. Right, boss. Tell me, guys. Companies are still using Servlet JSP because a lot of advanced UI frameworks are there. Not using, boss. That's why take advanced Java. Light means don't ignore it. Don't study seriously, but that knowledge is required to learn frameworks. Okay. All the ORM frameworks are given based on the rules and guidelines, JPA specification. The rules and guidelines of the JPA specification. All the ORM frameworks are given rules and guidelines of the JPA specification. So JPA means what, guys? Java Persistence API. Java Persistence API. Okay. Super, guys. Yeah, this batch is for full stack students, placement batch students, and for outsiders. For full stack student and placement batch student, it is part of your program. It's part of your package. For outsiders, separate payment is required. Anyhow, my admin will share the details. My admin will share the details with you people. I think you enjoyed today's session. Again, small technical disturbances have come in today's class also. Online students, be patient. What we discussed, The difference between plain JDBC application and Spring JDBC application, indirectly, technology based application development and framework based. Okay, in technology based application development, boilerplate code problem is there. In framework, not there. Okay, next. Then we discussed the advantages of working with the frameworks, guys. Then we started understanding different types of Java framework. In that one, we understood what is ORM framework. You got the basic idea about ORM framework? Whenever I use the word ORM framework, what should strike to your brain? This diagram. One object, one record. Okay. 10 objects, 10 record. Every operation on the record will be done through objects. So no need of SQL queries. That's why objects-based persistence logic development is possible. Due to this, what's the advantage we get? We can develop that object-based persistence logic as database software independent, database software portable, persistence logic development. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. Yeah, until you get the Google Classroom, guys, I will be uploading material to where? Facebook group, and I'll share out those details also, don't worry. Super. What's our batch code? What's your batch code, guys? 1102, right? Will be created, then it will not mess our program. Why it will not mess the program? Sir, if we create 100 records, then 100 objects will be created. So creating 100 objects is your application designing mistake. There is a concept called pagination. Using pagination, you have to select few limited number of records only. Few limited number of records only. Let me save this one, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you are able to download the notes. 1 minute. Let me show where to download the notes. Here 3 dots are there now, boss. Say refresh. You can download each day notes by pressing 3 dots are there, download option is there. When you click on it, it will come in what? Downloads folder. There you can open using Paintbrush. Okay, syllabus copy also is saved, guys. Course content also is saved. Right. Tomorrow onwards, we'll meet in that classroom, because though it's a big room and 2 projectors are there, useless projectors. Okay, we'll go to what? We'll go to our regular classroom. Saturday class happened na, in that room, next class will happen, guys. Okay, fine. Yeah, those who missed initial 2 classes, please, admin, please share the backup videos. Yeah, so glad your voice again. Looking for your class from 6 months, observing your class. I have improved my Spring Boot knowledge, jumped my pay to 9 lakh to 15 lakhs. Good. I want to make use of knowledge completely. I am the best example, zero to hero. Who is this? Gayatri madam. Okay. Only because of you, I'll pray God to give. I got it. I lost that. Long life, spread all your knowledge with your style of teaching. Thank you. Welcome, madam. One day I will make you people, I'll make Gayatri madam to speak with you people. Don't worry. Yeah, 100,000 object, 1,000 story. I just answered that. Course duration 100 to 120 sessions. When you're advanced Java batch, I'm not taking advanced Java batch nowadays. Please go to Enkatesh sir. What will be the course duration? Okay. The course duration is 4.5 months, but you can start giving interview once MVC topic is over. Okay, these are the backup videos. Simplify boilerplate code problem once. Okay, you want to very much simplification. Okay, common logics is called boilerplate code problem. Writing repeated logics is called boilerplate code problem. Okay, guys. Please take classes on Zoom app. This web app uses more data. That you have to talk to admin boss. I am not the right person. Where I paste link will be available. Okay, in the chat box, all pasted links will be available now. My dear, you have to just click on them. They will be open in the YouTube. They will be open in the YouTube. Right. Waiting for your Spring Boot and this one. Hi, sir. Emphasis 20 lakh, no knowledge, sir, but recruited me on Spring Boot and microservices. That's good. Vamsi. Emphasis 20 lakh, no knowledge. You are declaring no knowledge, huh? Fine. I think I should not believe that statement then. What is persistence? Saving and managing data is called persistence. Or you are completed JDBC means you should know the terminology persistence. Saving and managing data is called persistent. Saving data in file and managing data from file, persistent. Storing records in table and managing record in the table is called persistence, right? Okay. How to learn Spring and Spring Boot to give roadmap. Subbu, we are assembled for that only. You just follow me. You just follow me. No need of roadmap anything. Okay? Right. Spring will cover fully or only basic. We learn those basics of Spring that are required to enter into Spring Boot. Any follow-up learning material would you recommend, sir? Nothing. Just follow me and I'll share everything that is required. Demo class last date tomorrow. I am 2023 BTech passed out. As a fresher, I entered you. Definitely you can attend. If you told us make 10 people group of online, but how to connect, sir? How to connect? In Facebook group, you can connect. And I think for our Facebook group on chat box is also there. I think general chat something is there. There you can connect. We have to learn Hibernate also. Not required. I will teach. Can I get project on Spring Core? That's a part of the core. That's a part of our core module learning. We will be developing many projects. Do you have any Telegram group? Java Updates is our Telegram group. You can join there. Java Updates is Naresh IT official Telegram group. You can join there. Or Facebook group, guys. Or Facebook group. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.